One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 8.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice throw there. And this is a quarterback, you remember, looking to do what no other rookie has done, and that's lead his team into the Super Bowl.
And now you've made me go back down memory lane a little bit because we have had a few guys come close. Think about Patrick Mahomes in 2018. 2nd year in the league, but his first as a full-time starter. I go back to 2000 with the Vikings and Dante Culpepper. Also his first year as a starter. But this would be something I think would be very noteworthy.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Charles Harris coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. Nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. If he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On first down, this is McCaffrey.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Panthers have struck first in this NFC title game. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Brandon Ayuk now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And complete to Drake London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's Robinson again on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. This pass complete to Higgins.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 2nd and 4.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
They're going to look to throw. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now back to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into third and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Back to throw here.
Again, he finds more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
On play action, they'll throw. That's complete to John Ross. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Up the gut, McCaffrey.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. He'll drop to throw. This is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Alec Ingold
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And here now come the Falcons. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road into a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no, but in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. And if you're coming from a warm weather place, and even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, the goal is to get back into this game. The offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got him. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 2nd and 5. Open man is Ross, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This is good for a first down, his 2nd grab in this NFC Championship bout.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
There's Tremble, the tight end.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll drop back to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 28 yards.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Again, McCaffrey. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
This offense so far on 3rd down, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. McCaffrey turned away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a 1st down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
They go play action here on 1st down.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Second and 3.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Two minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again.
Over the middle, caught by London.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Got a man. That's Ayuk.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Here's Tommy Townsend now
as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Carolina getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And the Falcons now are going to go on offense late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with a 14-3 advantage already, we'll see how much they want to try to push things, if at all.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, what half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. and it's the Buffalo Bills who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 20-yard line. A give to the fullback on the dive. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Second and 6. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again.
And this will be a Falcons first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw here.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons have cut it back within a score.
Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
Ritter will throw for it.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Second and 2.
That pass complete to Moore.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
There's Trimble, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
McCaffrey is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the give, this is their fullback. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Again, I figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Coach, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 9 now. That caught by Tremble.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. He'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. John Ross. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like the Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Terrace Marshall
from 19 yards away.
And the Panthers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the 4th.
Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. It's J.J. Watt.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Panthers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th.
Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Ayuk to return it from his end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
This pass is caught by London.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Koo now for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
This taken in at the goal line.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away.
Ayuk to return it.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Here we go on 2nd and 12. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he gets this up. They'll look to throw.
And caught by London.
And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Over the middle, caught by London. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw again.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
False start.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down.
On third down, Robinson.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work.
The Panthers are NFC champs. As we sign off here, thanks for watching, and good night.
Madden Football.
It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Those corners are going to have to cover, but they're going to get a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. That's complete to John Ross.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Back to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. They'll set up to throw.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
This is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now. Way more so than what we saw when guys came into the league when you and I came through.
And also just the way in particular.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Tommy Trimble.
A 12-yard touchdown
Bills are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary, and he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Allen going to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Allen now looks to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Allen. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Well, caught by Tremble. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Gregory Rousseau
collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Well, obviously, the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They'll look to throw now on first down.
There's Tremble, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, complete to Ross.
And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin court.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Terrace Marshall.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Panthers continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise, too.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. To throw, it's Allen. Myers got it, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first down, Allen.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Allen to throw once more. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing is Allen on third. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Campbell. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And Lambo will put this one through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy. 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Carolina offense about ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Working with a 2nd and 3.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
On the jet sweep, this is Marshall.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 33.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. A bullet throw, but incomplete. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And now out come the Bills. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
Allen now on first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's Matt Ariza now.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
Finding room at midfield.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
That caught by Trimble. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
That's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half, and they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half, and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. But the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's got a man. That's Marshall. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. He'll look to throw.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Out of the gun now on third down.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it fourth down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete.
They'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Open man is Ross, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Back to throw again. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. John Ross, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Panthers are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up the secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're in season goals earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From the 35 on second down, Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To the air, Allen. Catch made here by Campbell. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Maybe some guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13.
He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
They go right back to Singletary. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Almost time for the final act of this NFL season as we are now through 3 quarters in the Super Bowl.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now Allen again. Campbell making the catch. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Singletary, they'll run for it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Allen now looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now Allen. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep balls beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Ball start.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. McCaffrey following the penalty. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 15.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Bills are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is down to 24.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
48 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice pace in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 26. This is McCaffrey on the give. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now Allen, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.